Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again!
Ubilis, 7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Oh! Hudgens! Double order!
Again, comes down to fundamental.
Oh! My goodness! Sorrentine hit that one from the parking lot.
Watford for the win!
Yes! Yes!
Trip to the Sweet 16. Kaner's got it. Rises up. The shot.
And it's good! It's good! From the corner! And it's over! Gonzaga! The flipper still fits! Ha ha! College basketball!
What is going on, gentlemen? Long time no see.
What up? What up? How we doing?
Not bad. Didn't win either of my Elite Eight bets today, but Texas Tech and Duke, easy money yesterday. Although Texas Tech almost absolutely fucked that up entirely. Not only the win, but the cover. But shout out them, got it done. The whole world was on Florida. Florida moves though. Florida pulls it out of their ass yet again.
Walter Payton Jr. name in March. I lost. I gave away like 3.5 units over 3 days, so not terrible, but just kept losing like a unit a day. So I was on Texas Tech with you, but 2-1 today. Houston was easy. Never was a sweat. First half team total under for Tennessee. Never was a sweat. Those are my favorite type of bets.
Yeah, I bet Tennessee. I thought they'd be able to keep it close, be a war, but you go down 19 to 6, 19 to 4, whatever, immediately to Houston, you're pretty much fucked. So I wasn't even worried about it. I knew it was an L out the gate. So tough for Tennessee and Rick Barnes going out. Elite Eight again. That's that might be where we just auto fade Rick Barnes now. Bet him all the way to the Elite Eight and then just bounce once they reach that point.
I definitely came into my cap for taking Houston, so don't care that Tennessee is a defensive team. Think about what's the toughest defensive team they've played in the SEC, and ain't anywhere close to Houston's defense.
Fair. It's a fair point.
And it's Rick Barnes. I mean, that was definitely in my cap.
He's better at Tennessee though. Like he gets on some runs. Like they've definitely been better as of late. But
versus TJ Ford, Texas. I mean,
I don't think they've ever been in. Rick Barnes. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think Tennessee's ever made a Final Four.
Yeah.
Elliot, how'd your weekend go?
Man, just keeping my head above water pretty much. I was rough on what had it been Friday night. I think I was like 2-6, and then last night was like 1-2. Tonight 1-1. So I'm just kind of below the surface. Drop some money, but kind of how it always is when there's only a couple games and you try to be on the right side. And today I stuck for one bet per game. I tried to play a couple like total angles and some things on what I thought, and if it could have been really good if it plays in your hand, or it's really bad. And for me, it was just kind of 2-6, 1-2, kind of all right. But yeah, we'll see. Couple more games left. Can't complain. Dropped a little bit of money, but no big deal. We're on to the crown.
Yeah, we've arrived. I'm excited for this tournament. Field looks good. I think they're playing for NIL money or something too, so there should be a little extra motivation.
And 4 games in a row. 4 games in a row tomorrow starting today.
Yeah, shout out the NCAA or whoever for scheduling this. They did it right instead of like putting 2 and 2 at a time, just one after another for 2 days straight. And then I think the championship is in the Final Four right before the other game. So like before the Final Four plays, I think they play their 2 games the same day, and then the championship I think they play before also. So they scheduled it nicely. Didn't drop the ball, didn't fumble it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no. The champion gets, I think, a $300,000 package, and then the runner-up gets $100,000, and then both of the other Final Four teams that or the semifinalists, they each get 50,000. So
Oh, it was $1 million. Not $1 million.
500,000. 500,000, I believe. All
500,000.
divided up. So 300 for the winner, 100 for the runner-up, and then 50 for each of the other semifinalists.
What are they going to do with that 300,000? That can't even pay for a player these days.
I don't know. But I mean, you split it up against the players, I guess. I mean, I'm curious. I don't even know. I haven't even looked to see if everybody's playing.
No, there's plenty of people that are already in the portal not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Max Hoffmeyer. Utah's missing. They're 4 and 5, I believe. But
Utah's missing like 5
playing.
players.
5 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sneak peek. I'm still on Utah. We got a system play in that one. System.
You just don't want to take Butler one more time. I don't blame you.
I hate that team. They flipped to a favorite, man. You know what to do.
Before we get into the crown, though, let's talk about this tournament. Four number 1 seeds, 2008 March Madness last time, and the last time that happened, it was a San Antonio championship. Kansas, UCLA, Memphis, North Carolina, all 1 seeds, 2008. Now we're back in San Antonio. We got all number 1 seeds, top 4 Ken Pom teams. I saw that number 4, or all 4 of those teams are in the top 10 of all time college basketball teams. So the amount of talent that we have here is incredible. And for anyone saying that not having a Cinderella here is an issue, I completely disagree. We definitely saw some lopsided games, even as a 1 versus a 2, 1 versus 3, whichever in these second weekend games. But I think we're in for an absolute show. We get Auburn, Florida rematch. They split the season, I believe, and then we get Houston versus Duke. Man, oh man. First time Houston's caught points since November against Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, you know where I stand on all this no Cinderella stuff, but regardless, this Final Four is going to be epic. Another SEC matchup sweep, but I think the real national championship is Duke Houston. I think that's the one that I think everyone's looking forward to. That game's going to be a banger. And Houston's catching 4.5, I think. Something
5,
like that.
4, yeah.
5? Yeah, 4.5 on DraftKings. Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. But I mean, I get it. But still.
Yeah, Hasty, I think he may be in trouble. He was only using one hand. I mean, I know he shot a 3 and made a couple free throws, but
Who, bro?
he was really just doing one hand when he came back in, especially on rebounds and stuff.
Bro.
One arm.
Yeah, that replay when he came down, he could have really fucked his shit up. His like leg hyperextended and his like ankle rolled too. Like that could have been really fucking bad. I'm surprised he came back in, to be honest, but shout out him.
Yeah.
Came back in and hit a big ass 3 too.
Yep. Yeah, if he didn't hit that, I would have got my Sparty plus 5.5. Those fuckers missed it by a half.
Got a couple big boards, 2 free throws. It was incredible.
Those 2 free throws at the end he bricked. I was like, oh shit, Sparty has life for this back door here. They got that turnover under the rim and then just kicked it out and turned it over immediately. Just right under the rim, kicked it out to the 3.
Let's go. Yeah, and I got 2 futures remaining on both sides of the bracket. I got a future in Florida. I got a future in Houston. Oh, how sweet it would be if those 2 got paired up together in March Madness or for the championship. So that would be sweat-free as hell, having 2 futures playing each other, unless something just movie-like happened and like Bane blew up the whole championship and no one won and avoided.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's nice. I'd rather have Florida, I guess, but I'm rooting for Houston. I'm rooting for Kelvin Sampson. I've always liked these Houston teams in the last few years, and I think that I'd like to see Kelvin Sampson get one. I think he deserves one.
If
he
he gets
plagued by the injury bug late in these tournaments too. So
yeah,
Yep.
I mean
So
last
far, so
year Sweet 16 matchup, it was Houston versus Duke, and that's when Jamal Shead got hurt, or else they probably would have beat Duke in that Sweet 16 matchup. But it would be awesome for Kelvin Sampson, especially how cool would that be? his national championship win would give him win number 800. So that'd be an awesome way to get your 800th win. Is winning the national championship in your home state, just right there by Houston.
Yeah, they'll have to play essentially road games the entire based on who they're playing and where they're at. They'll play road games all the way to the Final Four. Then they'll get 2 home games in the biggest games of the season too. So, I'm rooting for Houston too. Don't want to see Duke lose. I want to tweet out that hilarious Duke video when they lose too. If you know, you know. I'm pretty sure we watched it on here before. But yeah, I love that video. But yeah, these games are gonna be fucking sick. Can't wait. It was, not a terrible weekend of hoops. It was some close games, some blowouts though. There was really no in between. That Michigan State game wasn't any.
I mean, Arkansas, Texas Tech was fantastic.
Texas Tech, Florida too. How about Texas Tech shitting down their leg? Would they lead by 10 with 4 minutes left or something?
Yeah, it was like 8 with 7 or 8 with 2 minutes to go too.
Yeah, Florida ended the game on a 20-4 run or something like that.
Yep.
Good God, Texas Tech, you had it. You freaking had it.
That one's gonna haunt them for forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they took their foot off the gas, and just
the other thing. I mean, just down the stretch, they couldn't hit free throws either. That killed them down the stretch.
Yeah. Make your fucking free throws. It's the most important part of the game. People don't. It just amazes me how you shoot free throws all the time and you still suck at them. Like, how? I just don't get it.
It feels like they don't practice them in practice. All these teams, it's incredible.
Yeah, I just don't get it. But yeah, just make your free throws, man. I get pressure situations, shit like that, but still, as a team, you should be shooting at least 70% minimum, 75%. Like, come on. The height of the hoop doesn't change, and the distance from the free throw line to the hoop does not change ever, except for when you're 2-3 years old until you get to like second grade or something like that. Then it's all the same all the way through. Like, really no excuse for it whatsoever. It's mind-boggling. But yeah, that's gonna haunt them for a long time. They pulled that Arkansas win out of their ass and then just pissed down their leg in the Florida game.
I agree though with Danny Dumshit. I think they got that in their future for sure. Like McCaslin a lot.
Yeah, McCaslin's great. Yeah, them they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I don't know who's leaving. I don't know who's graduating or whatever. I mean, how do you hit the portal though? I wouldn't understand that. I mean, I get money and shit, but you just should have been in a Final Four here. Just run it back. But it's the portal, it's the NIL era. We'll see what happens with that roster. But yeah, McCaslin's an elite coach. Great hire for Texas Tech. How long has he been there now? 2 years, 3 years?
This is his second year, I believe.
Second year?
Yeah, second.
Yeah. Well, should we hop into tomorrow quick?
Yeah, let's wear the crown, I guess. Let's do it. Take the crown.
Utah versus Butler. Butler's now laying a point after opening as a dog. Fit 155 total. Like you said earlier, Utah's 4-5 are for sure out. They hit the portal or something.
New coach.
So new coach too. Yeah, they hired him a month ago or something? Or is that just the interim?
That was the interim.
No, they hired him a month ago. It was an NBA guy came down. He hasn't joined the team yet though. Maybe he has now. But the interim was
assistant coach.
Yeah, what is his name? He West Virginia coach last year, head coach.
Eilert.
Thank you. Yeah, he's from Kansas.
So even with these opt-outs, I believe they've got Telfort and Brooks and whatnot. I believe they're not opting out. Yeah, but regardless, I played Utah I know they're going to be without their bigs, but I was talking to Max Hoffmeyer earlier. He's like, they're going to play small ball. Max really likes the over. So if you follow shot quality guys, he's going to be on the over. I'm just going to play Utah. I'm going to trust my system here. Utah flipped over to a dog. I'm going to back them. I think everybody knows how I feel about Butler as well. Not a fan of them. They anytime they show up or they're favored, they just shit the bed. And then, as a dog, sometimes they just pop up, but they're just not a fan of this team. Like Brooks and Telfort, really good. McCaffrey has his moments, but overall, just as a team, I just think they're too reliant on Brooks and Telfort mainly. So how far can he really carry them is kind of how I look at this. I like Utah. They still have size, regardless, even without their 4 and 5. So I like Butler here. I just took the money line, even money, on this one. So that's where I'm sitting on this one.
It's funny that you said Lovering's out.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was just looking at Utah basketball's Twitter page and they tagged him in the video and posted them going off to the Crown tournament.
Wait, he's going with them?
That's what it was posted.
Yeah, he entered the portal 9 days ago.
Helms, the crowd will be all degenerate gamblers in Vegas, and then a few parents probably here and there too.
Yeah.
I know he entered the portal, but he's considering coming back to Utah because he applied for like a medical red shirt. So maybe he's playing. I don't know.
Yeah. Utah is 1-9 on the road. Fair point. Very fair point here.
Everybody for Butler playing.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find anything. Butler basketball.
Yeah, for the most part, and I will be totally battling you. And I feel like I've seen a lot of people on Butler, so it's a little scary. But I think Telfort's going to dominate. I think this is where I'm going to take a player here, and I think it might be too much of a problem for Utah, even if they do switch to small ball. I do like that overplay that you shouted out from Max, but it's tough for me to bet on Butler, man. I did it last time I did it. I came out of retirement to bet on Butler. 2 wins in a row with Butler now, coming out of retirement. Since I last took them against Western Michigan and they barely covered, a freak cover. Maybe I'll come out of retirement and take Butler. I think I might have to. We only have 4 games to talk about and bet on tomorrow. So
yeah,
I'll take Butler. I do like that overplay too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be on Butler, but I'm gonna wait to see if Lawson Lovering's actually out or not. If he's playing, I might end up taking Utah just because I don't think anybody's gonna be able to stop him down low. They have that 7-1 guy, Andre Screen, for Butler. I don't think he's gonna be able to really stop that presence there that Lovering brings. If he does play, I do definitely like the over a lot too, because I feel like Butler's still gonna be able to score, and I don't think they're really gonna be able to stop him down low. So more kind of reason to love the over there. So for right now, I'll wait on it. I'll be on Butler -1, and we'll see what's going on with Lovering and kind of go from there.
Sounds good. Got a battle. G-Dub at first Boise. Boise's laying not 8.85, 8.5. Might be.
Some unit calculations going on over there.
Yeah, it's Vicks. Don't have no fear. I fixed it. They're not laying 8.85. They're just laying the cool 8.5. Who's got something on this one?
Yeah, I went back and forth because I was like, man, I think Boise State's laying this, but come on, G-Dub catching 8.5. I like them as long dogs. I know this is Boise State is a favorite to win this tournament, and they got all their players. They got a hot team. They're probably coming out playing with piss in their vinegar in their piss, as we once said, just because they didn't make the NCAA tournament. I feel like they should have made the NCAA tournament, but who knows? Another fucking Mountain West team. Don't need them all the time either. So I think it's too many points, though. I'll take George Washington. Team total over. I like that. I think we see an over here. It just creeps by the 141. And I like G-Dub on the spread. I think it's too many points. We see a 78-70 game, 76-68 game. Boise State wins still. I don't believe in taking the money line here with G-Dub, but I will take the points.
Well, yeah, I'll battle you here. I'll be on Boise State. I think they're just the significantly better team. Got a bunch of seniors who don't have another chance to play. They're not looking to go elsewhere in the portal or anything like that. This is their last kind of run for in college. So I'll back Degenhart, Stanley, the other seniors there on the team to kind of come through. And I just think that Boise State's the significantly better team than George Washington. So give me Boise State.
Yeah, I'm with Huff. I like George Washington here. Boise State, they've had their moments this year. They've also had their moments where they shit the bed. I get Boise's got a lot of seniors, final games coming up here. It's going to be max efforts, but George Washington's a great team. They can play defense. Their offense isn't bad at all either. Boise, I like Boise. They're a good team. They're fun. But away from home, kind of an even playing field here on a neutral. I kind of like what's their nuts, the Colonials of George Washington to hang around. 8.5 is a lot of points for a defensive team that really can show up and clamp down too. I mean, the rebounding could be a little bit of an issue, just considering how good Boise is. But other than that, I mean, they're great across the board. They force turnovers. They don't foul. They guard the 3-point line. They have interior defense. They have size and experience. So I like George Washington with 8.5. It feels a little too much.
Yeah, this is shorter. I'm taking Boise just because I think the rebounding is definitely an issue for George Washington. But for some reason, minimal possessions. George Washington's defense, I think I'm with you, Stooley. I mean, it is a little nerve-wracking looking at the rebounding disparity, but too many points. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
You think there's a world where George Washington could win? I mean, it is a neutral.
No, I don't. But I'll take it. But I'll say that, and then they'll win, and I'll be like, I still was on them plus 8.5. So there you go.
Good teams win, great teams cover. Okay.
I have faith. The best is when you take a long favorite in college basketball, and then they're literally like up 10 or 12 points, and you're like, nice. They're really up like 18 or 20 points in my book,
Yeah. Yep.
Forget the money line, like that.
It's a good point. I mean, Boise does shoot pretty damn good free throws, 77.9, 80% for the year, 21st in the country.
George Washington doesn't foul, though.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, end of game, if it's like a 3-4 point game and we get the foul game.
And the reboundings.
Yeah, but George Washington still defensively really good. They have the size too to match up to. I think they can make life difficult for Degenhart down there. Austin Meadows, elite player, should have never cut his hair though. But yeah, still like G-Dub here. Let's go. Let's battle.
Do it.
Cornhuskers versus the Sun Devils. Huskers are laying 4.5.
Elliot, you can go first. We all went around the horn there.
Yeah, I'll go Nebraska here. I don't really see how motivated Arizona State is with a lot of people there in the transfer portal. They got a lot of turnover. I think Bobby Hurley's more focused on next year. He's already signed a couple people there in the portal. I don't necessarily think that they're going to be very motivated or ready to go for this. I doubt Quaintance plays. You already lost BJ Freeman. Be interested to see if Adam Miller plays. I know he was banged up there in the Big 12 tournament. A couple others already entered the portal. So I know Jihad is going to Sanan is going to enter the NBA draft. Don't know if he already has, but I had some insider news that he's going to be entering the draft. So he's not going to come back. So I really don't think they're going to be very motivated. You got Bryce Williams and a Nebraska team. Good amount of seniors there on the team with Juwan Gary, Bryce Williams, coach's son, all that. So yeah, give me Nebraska minus the 4.5. I'll lay it here.
I'm trying to find it. I know Nebraska's got some opt-outs. Trying to figure out who. I forget exactly who.
Who?
Who?
I mean, Arizona State only played 7 guys in their last game. They scored 60-something points on average last couple games. They haven't been able to score, man. Don't love the Nebraska team though.
No, that's where I'm sitting. I know they're going to be out guys. Just trying to figure out who. I just wish the team Twitter would announce who hits the portal and shit instead of having to scour.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Bryce Williams is like the big one. But he's on their Twitter. He's on their Raleigh Worcester and somebody else.
Yeah,
Worcester
while you're looking, Helms is right. Sanan actually he just I just saw that he got picked up by Rick Pitino. So apparently Rick Pitino can pay him more than a second round draft pick incentive could. So he's going to St. John's.
Who?
Jason Sanan.
Okay.
Yeah. He ain't going to the NBA.
Raleigh Worcester won playing the Crown per Hoiberg. He's in a boot.
I'm not going to overthink this. I think it's Nebraska here. I don't like this Arizona State team. We've bet on them a couple times. Early in the season, it was right. 13-19. They don't deserve to be in any NCAA postseason tournament. How about you invite a real team other than this freaking bullshit? The team that actually needs maybe $300,000 versus Arizona State, some boosters, some STD finder checker website software developer in Scottsdale. Fucking give me Nebraska -4.5. I'm not going to overthink this. I think this is a totally public bet, but there's no depth for Arizona State, and I just don't see them to score at all whatsoever. I don't even know who's going to play for Arizona State, and I don't want to see. I know they definitely outmatch and are more athletic than Nebraska, but I think Nebraska comes in playing somewhat hot. And give me Fred Hoiberg to get it done versus Bobby Hurley.
Fair. I'm trying to. Britt says there's 4 Nebraska players that are going to be out. Mast obviously hasn't played all year. Raleigh Worcester's in a boot. Braxton Mia will play. He's back on the court for Hoiberg 4 days ago, so he'll be back. But Gavin, Raleigh, Braxton, and Rink. Yeah, Rink has been gone all year. He got hurt, I think, preseason or early in the season, one of the two. And then looks like those other guys are pretty much bench players. Raleigh, Braxton. Yeah, Braxton's back per 4 days ago, unless that's changed. But that's is what I'm seeing from Hoiberg. But regardless, I kind of like Arizona State. I just don't. Nebraska away from home wasn't great this year. I know they played 3 neutrals. They lost to St. Mary's. Not even going to hold that over their head, but beat Oregon State by 12, and then they beat Murray State. Good wins, but they ended the year horribly. Arizona had already been horrible, and this is already only a 4-point. It came down from 5.5 too. I kind of like the athleticism of the Sun Devils and Hurley. I know Hurley hasn't had a good past couple of years there, but I think Arizona State's got the athletes. I know they don't play deep. That could bite him in the ass. So maybe a first half play with Arizona State, but I just don't want to lay 4.5 with the Nebraska team on a neutral when I think they could get out athleted, athleticized, whatever you want to say, against this team. They had a stretch in the middle of the season. Beat Illinois, Oregon, Washington, Ohio State, and Northwestern in a 6-game span there. But other than that, they didn't look great. They're non-con. They did get it done. But they played Rio Grande Valley, Bethune, Fair Dick, South Dakota, North Florida, and Southern. So, awesome. They did beat Oregon State, Murray, and Indiana, but I don't know. Something's just telling me Arizona State here, and I'm gonna ride with it. I think.
Who's going to play?
Let's take the athletes for Arizona State.
Yeah.
Let me look here. I searched Twitter for opt-outs. Of course, can't find anything. BJ Freeman is off the team. Jihad,
Yep.
I believe would. I believe Quaintance is he healthy? Probably not. So I guess you do have a good point there. This line just feels like it's begging you to take Nebraska, doesn't it? Opened at 6.5. It's down to 4.5. Nebraska's catching so much money. The money line's come down 30 cents, and it's catching 83% of the money per DraftKings. I know it's splits. It's probably not 100% accurate, but according to this, they're getting hammered, and this just keeps coming down. It's weird. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know about Nebraska, that somebody's missing, or somebody's going to come back and play for Arizona State or something.
The funny thing too is,
weird.
if you look at all the Twitters, look at all the men's basketball Twitter accounts for all the teams. Arizona State's the only one that hasn't posted pictures of a practice or a video of a practice. Everybody else has posted pictures of the players playing on the practice. So
yeah, they're locked in. They don't need to do all that foo-foo social media shit. They're locked in the gym.
What I'm just saying, I mean, we know what the bench warmers 1, 2, 3. So if you exclude those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you got 8 players that are listed, 11 total on the team. So you have 8 players that are listed, but we know BJ Freeman's off. That's 7. We know Sanon's off. That's 6. So you got 6 guys that played. And that's including Quaintance and Miller, who both were hurt at the end of the year. Not to mention they lost 12 of the last 13 games.
I mean, it's not like Nebraska finished hot either. They lost 6 of the last 7. Didn't even make the tournament here.
Yeah, but they got depth even with the opt-outs that are fresh and played, not some random dude from Kappa Sig, fucking Scottsdale. They got to pull out of their ass here soon. Bobby Hurley's going to have an aneurysm on the sidelines because he's already spent all his money gambling on blackjack and fucking 3-card poker and roulette. He's bouncing around playing at Hollywood. He can't figure it out. He's going to MGM. He's bouncing to the Cosmo. He's at the Bellagio. He's walking all down the strip, losing.
And Trevor, Bryce Williams is not out, by the way.
I never said he was. I see this tweet right now, Helms. I just it's the first thing that popped up when I searched for it. Yeah, he's gonna play. I'm not. If I did say that, I didn't mean to. That he was out or hitting the portal, but yeah, I know he wants to play. I'm just not ready to be done with college basketball and the way it ended. That's really it. Wasn't ready to be done. I wanted to continue to play in this uniform. Wanted to play for a championship.
No players.
I'm picking Arizona State. I don't know if I'll bet this one.
All right, you're taking Motley Crew over there in Scottsdale, wherever, Tempe, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Line's weird. It's dropped 2 points. Everybody and their brothers on Nebraska. I think Bobby Hurley just finds a way. No social media clips, no nothing. They're locked in. They're grinding.
From within, this is not facts. It was all hyperbole. What I was saying about Bobby Hurley. I don't know. Vegas.
What in Vegas?
Tough to win. I'm just guessing. Because he's always angry. He always just seems like he's down like millions of dollars because he always just angry. He's an angry elf. Get me out of here.
He's a South Pole elf.
He's a South Pole elf. Someone get this dude a hat deal. My God.
Yeah.
He's Castle on the Strip there in between. He's White Castle on the Strip. He's like, all right, I'm going to try my luck in Paris. Oh, no. It's all bad for Bobby Hurley in Vegas.
I'm picking Arizona State. Will I bet it? Probably not.
It's a standalone.
No, there's MLB on.
No, there's MLB on all the fucking time until October. And guess what? I guess I shouldn't say I don't care, but I care. It's for playing baseball in my life. It's crazy. It's tough for me to watch it on TV. I did watch opening day though a little bit. Stuff.
I like baseball. Baseball's great, but
what's up with these torpedo bats, dude?
They're cheater bats. They're cheater bats. That's what they are. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
They're
They're just hitting you every fucking at bat. Nothing to see here. Totally normal.
They're within the regulations.
Yeah, not for long. Actually, it's the Yankees, so nothing will happen to them.
Rob Manfred will come in and be like, we're gonna just put him on second. Actually,
from within, that's bait. That's bait within. He's trying to bait me. Appreciate the $2, but he's trying to bait me into a.
Thanks for the $2 from within.
Come on, Trevor, do it.
It's whatever. It sucks the Cinderellas are gone. We're not going to get them back. No, they can't compete. They won't be able to compete in the NIL and the portal era here. They're going to get scooped up. They're just farm league teams now, basically, losing all their talent. And all the favorites are just going to shell out all the money they want. Depending what this April ruling has, hopefully it's some kind of cap or percentage of cap that it all equals out a little bit, so people can't just take everybody away from them. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. But on paper, this should be a good Final Four at least. I'll say that. It'll be fun. There'll be great games. We get to see more SEC basketball. Awesome. And Houston Duke national championship in my book. That one's gonna be the banger. So whoever comes out of that's winning it all, I think. Personally. So not a fan, but what am I gonna do? I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna enjoy it. It is what it is. We got 2, 3, 6. We got about 20 games left this season, including Crown, NIT, and final and tournaments. So enjoy them while we got them, I guess.
Yeah, and for a little scheduling purposes, we're doing the 4 games tonight. So we're about to do our last game for the Crown, and then we'll do the other Crown games tomorrow, and then the NIT, and then either Wednesday or Thursday we'll do our Final 4 show. So and more Crown. Not sure on which one, but probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll do off-season shows as well too. I mean, not as fun. Dropping some future. You might have to play some money on South Carolina to win the SEC with Eagle staff going over there.
Yeah, dude, not Bama. I was kind of shocked.
That was awesome. And shout out Helms. Appreciate you, dude. I appreciate everything y'all did this year. Sucks season over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the off season we'll try, but appreciate you, dude. $20. That means a lot more than you know it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, Holmes. Appreciate you sticking around all year.
You've been out in the chat for a while. Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat riding with us all year. I mean, it's really blew up and grown this year. Appreciate you all. Without you guys, we'd still be talking to nobody, which would be fine. We'd still be doing it, but it's nice to have an audience too, and get her done. So yeah, within more. I feel you. It's BS. The whole tourney was a wash for me. Come on, all 1 seeds. Yeah, exactly. At least shout out McNeese and Drake. Those were the big dogs. Robert Morris gave Alabama a little run for their money first round, but other than that, Arkansas, I guess, was the upsets that kept running through for the most part. But is that really an upset? They're an SEC team, so it is what it is. I mean, it was still a fun tournament. Did I lose my ass a little bit? Yeah, I think I've lost about 7-8 units in the tournament, but that's probably why I'm actually not a huge fan. But it is what it is. Like, I can't complain.
I'm still up in March, luckily for the conference tournaments. But man, I am down 4 units in the tournament this year, so not too much. But I'll win like one big one day, and then lose slightly like 2 days in a row. That was kind of my story of March.
Yeah, and I blame go for it, Elliot.
For the, I know it's all the 1 seeds, but I mean, if you look at, just like what Huffer was saying earlier, historically, these are, these 4 teams are literally in the top 10 of all KenPom teams. I mean, you look at the net rating, they're 5 points. There's a 5-point gap between 4th and 5th with Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know it sucks that all 1 seeds, but I think these are definitely the top 4 teams by far, and that have been consistent throughout the whole year. And so you kind of get what you expect with that.
Yeah, and shout out Virgil. Virgil, appreciate you. Absolutely,
Shout out
fellas.
Virgil.
We're going to keep this shit going. Appreciate
Yep.
the $20, man. Appreciate you always chopping it up in the chat. Thanks, man. And yeah, we're going to keep this shit going. We're going to do it. We're going to be talking college basketball in June, July, maybe not as frequent, but we'll definitely have some shows, plenty of shows. And then we didn't do as many like previews this year as we did the year before, but we're definitely going to do conference previews, some schedule previews, some pre-season tournament previews. We'll have tons of preview shows before that November 4th, November 5th day, whenever it always starts, that first week in November.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll portal, all that other good shit. We'll be dabbling into that.
And Jen, it is only first half unders in the first round. In the first round, I know that they won because SGPN did do an Excel sheet on that for the first round, and it was a winner. It didn't win last year. It lost a little bit, but it won pretty substantially. It started off, I think, like way down on Thursday, and then it just was undefeated damn near on Friday for that first Thursday, Friday. So
wish would have known that.
From within, appreciate you, man. Let's go. Yeah, we're ready for next year. We're pumped up. So
yeah. Wait till you hop in for a Friday show during the regular season.
Friday show in the regular season. Get ready to chill till 3 a.m. It's like having a sleepover back in the day. It feels like.
Yeah.
Bet against Utah in away or neutral games. Rod Z's back, and he's saying
Godfather.
Jen, Elliot, and I were on Butler. I believe
Mormons.
it was.
Utah.
I don't want to be for him, but I think he was. Stooley was on the Utes.
Yep. We got a little battle here.
Yep.
But we still ain't done. We got one more.
We got one more. Yep. Let's do it.
Ed Cooley is laying 3.5 against Washington State. This one I'll lay. Washington State is ass. I don't know how they got into this tournament. Not sure how they made it. Yeah, I like Georgetown now. I think they played tough. Obviously the season didn't go the way they wanted it to, but they finished the season all right. I mean, they didn't look good, but they beat Villanova. They had the Providence. They didn't win away from home is the thing. Then lost to DePaul, but DePaul kind of hit a gear towards the end of the season and this season overall for DePaul standards. So I still like them. Washington State finished the season. You beat LMU, Pepperdine, San Diego. Congrats. Not the good San Diego. But they lost to anybody whenever they had to step up. Earlier in the season, they did beat Boise. They did beat Boise and Bradley, but those were home in a neutral. So this is a neutral also, but I just think Georgetown's the better team. They got the better roster. I wasn't impressed with Washington State's team this year, and David Riley. Once conference play hit, they really struggled. So you could argue, yes, it's his non-conference game. They did fare a lot better in the non-con there, but I'm willing to go down with Georgetown. Cooley's the better coach. That roster's got dudes, and it's just a matter of who's not in and who's opting out. Like, if I can even find some guys who aren't playing, but both face Cougars team hurt by okay. So the portal looks like what's their nuts. Washington State's got a lot of guys opted out already too for the portal. So they're going to be down players too. Georgetown, better coach, and most of the roster looks to be intact. Again, I can't really find anything, but not seeing anything. Just seeing that Georgetown's making a lot of moves in the portal here potentially. I mean, UCF guard Jalen Sellers has cut his list down to 4 schools. Cincy, Georgetown, LSU player, Georgetown, West Virginia guard, Georgetown. I mean, they're making pushes for players, so I think this is a good tournament to make a run and want those guys to come on in and to a team that has some success and can make a little bit of a run in tournament play. So,
I mean, so because they entered the portal, they can't play either.
No,
they can.
This. Oh, I suppose they could. Let me share this. This is just what I saw. Again, I haven't.
I think Cal Messi.
Yeah. Oh, this is Georgetown propaganda. GeorgetownRivals.com. All right, so yeah, this could be Isaiah Watts. Oh, Isaiah Watts has decided not to play instead of declaring for the portal. Instead, declaring for the portal. Yeah, that's a big loss. Watts was one of their better players. Cougs do get an addition.
That's why I think Lawson Lovering is playing for Utah, because I think he entered the portal, but I think he's still playing because he's considering coming back to Utah. So why wouldn't he play?
Some scouts can go to Vegas, scout out a 22-year-old in the transfer portal. What a world we live in. I'll out of here. I'm taking Washington State. Screw this crap. West Coast, Georgetown, going out to Vegas. I'm tired of this Georgetown team. I can't wait for them to just be better next year. They will be better next year.
Yeah.
Tired of buying into this Georgetown team. Bought in them too much. I'm just ready for them to go away. I know Washington State sucks. Washington State sucks. They suck. They lose Pacific twice. You suck if you lose Pacific twice. That team.
Didn't Oregon State lose to Pacific too?
Something just feels weird about this. 11:30 game, Eastern, out west, or 11. It'll definitely be 11:30. Who knows with the scheduling differences? But
overtime too will push games back.
Yeah, who knows? But something feels weird about this, where Washington State covers this number and it's not a complete blowout. I'd have to say I like the first half over here as well too. I think there's gonna be a lot of points early, and we see Washington State actually keep up. Georgetown, tons of points. Micah Peavy, some good players. I think Georgetown's going to be much more improved next season. Maybe they have a fiery exit early, and I'm gonna take the Cougars here, or take Washington State here. So.
Helps the more we talk about.
Yeah,
this,
I'll be on. I'll be on Washington State as well. No, you're good. I'll be on Washington State as well. I like Cover said, it's gross, whatever. But I don't know about Georgetown. Without Sorber, they lost to DePaul. They just did not look good. Back-to-back games they lost to DePaul there at the end of the season. And I just don't know how well that Cooley is going to be even interested in this game, let alone being able to get his players up for this game. So I'll take Washington State. For some reason, I just got a feeling that they're going to win this outright. But I'll take the 3.5.
Let's go.
It feels like we're capping NBA right now. Yeah, it does. Shout out within.
And I will bet it because it's standalone.
Yeah, I probably will.
Standalone.
Crown Tourney nonsense is going
tomorrow.
To be
you have
bowl games.
Tomorrow's show. You're going to have some issues with standalone because NIT creeps in. So we got competing leagues now tomorrow.
Not to mention MLB,
which someone may be on site Tuesday in Hinkle Fieldhouse. So we'll see.
I wonder who that could be.
We'll see.
Yeah, shout out within $5. Crown Tourney's nonsense can be another version of bowl games. Players entering the portal aren't going to go hard, may even sit. Yeah, 100%. And I think who was it up here? Cerna under 159 feels good. That might just go with that. I actually like that angle too, to be honest. Maybe just taking unders in all of these games. Neutral site. Who's playing, who's not playing. The effort level. I get it. I think Georgetown will kind of go hard because they look to be having potentially a decent portal so far with some of these names that they're getting swirled around with. Sellers and this other kid, and there's one more. Forget who, but they're making a little bit of noise. So I think maybe Cooley's a little motivated to coach better and just actually coach and try to make a run for this so he can prove to these players that they have a chance. They're just missing a few pieces. So if I had to pick a side, Georgetown, but I kind of was certain I do like this under 159 a lot better. Actually, I'll go with that.
I will say that when Georgetown is without Sorber, they play hella fast. It's something that Clark. It's something that Clark put me on. He said, "Be careful playing any unders with Sorber out because they play fast as hell when they don't have Sorber." And he was right. So I would be just a little bit caution with that, just because Sorber is going to be out. So they could just run and gun, play super fast, and kind of fits to what Washington State would want to do. But yeah,
easily good. Rodfather bet the under the total in Washington State games. Perfect. Away or neutral games versus teams who are called for 17 or less fouls a game. The under record is 19-5 since the 2024 season.
That's
Where
awesome.
else are you getting those stats? Where else are you getting those stats? So, yep, lock up the under for me. Let's do it. 159.5 right now. Let's get her in. I'm just going to go half units on all these Crown games because you never know what you're going to expect. Get out of these. So, there we go. Just put a halfie on the under.
Well, nice 4-game slate.
Yeah, 4 games, nice and easy. Got some thoughts out of the way from the previous weekend. Tomorrow, the final 4 first round games for the Crown we'll do, and then, like he said, NIT, and then Wednesday or Thursday we'll do the final 4 show for the actual tournament.
With other plays too, with other NIT picks and.
Yeah, I'm not sure the schedule on this though. I'm not sure when second round gets played for Crown, if it goes immediately after or
the next day
over the weekend.
It goes.
Okay, so then so then Wednesday we'll be doing more.
Yeah, so probably that's what I was saying. Wednesday, probably.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody popping in. We will be back tomorrow, maybe around the same time, maybe a little earlier since there's going to be more games. Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll get it tweeted out. Hit the notification. You'll get notified whenever we set up the stream and with the actual time. So like, subscribe. Appreciate you. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Get you guys.
Totals.